Good evening, everyone. I am Pamela Gomez. I'm broadcasting from Nassau in the Bahamas. Tonight, we're going to talk about what do you know about aromatherapy and essential oil massage therapy and training. If time permits, my co-host Stephanie Thompson will be joining me here on Blab, and we will, and I mean, if she doesn't make it, I'm going to open up the platform, and anyone who so desires can jump in the seat and join me, and we'll have a chat. Well, for the moment, I see I have my dear friend Patty Johnson with Patty Johnson with me, and thank you all for sharing with your followers. So tonight, I wanted to ask the question: do you know what aromatherapy is? And if you do, on Periscope or Blab, just feel free to type it in the comment box. Does anybody know? Are you familiar with aromatherapy? Okay, share with me your thoughts. What is aromatherapy? I'd love to hear your description. Anyone? Anyone? Well, aromatherapy for me has been a lifesaver. I will say that much. It is the use of natural plant extracts, and it's either from the bark, the tree, or the flowers or the leaves. The oil is extracted and it's used to promote health, wellness, and relaxation. It's the fragrance that gets to you. The oil actually is very potent and it affects all parts of the body, all systems of the body. And this is why we say when you're using these oils, you have to use caution because they are very potent and they really do serve their purpose. They're all natural. I promote the use of clinical grade and therapeutic grade essential oils. And when I say therapeutic grade, that means it can be used to treat certain things such as inflammation, arthritis. They're antibacterial, antifungal, they're diuretics. So it's a wide array of therapies that you can use it for. Essential oils are used also for massage therapy. Again, is anybody here familiar with massage therapy? I'm sure some of you or someone may have had a massage before and you notice that there's several different types of massages. Welcome. Welcome, Antone. How are you? I'm Pamela Gomez. I'm in the Bahamas, and tonight we're talking about aromatherapy. And if you have any questions or you'd like to jump in the seat and talk with us, you or Patty, I will open the seat in a moment, and you can do just that. Hi, Icy. How are you? I'm both broadcasting on Periscope and Blab at the same time. And my Periscope followers, you feel free to give me a couple hearts if you like. And my Blab followers, if you like the content, feel free to give props. Okay? The other thing I wanted to share with you is the benefits of essential oils. Essential oils are, for me, I say awesome because even right now, I'm burning some oil in the room. I'm using my favorite peppermint and eucalyptus. And these are my lifesavers because I find that when the weather changes, it's that time of year in the Bahamas, the weather's changing. So it's getting cool now. I find like I may get a little congestion. And the eucalyptus and the peppermint in the room, it just allows for a clearer breathing It smells awesome. I wish we had smell-o-vision, but we don't. It opens up the passage, yes, and you wonder, how does this happen? How does this happen? Well, the tiny molecules in the air are, we breathe them in. They go into our lungs and they affect our respiratory system. The same way when we, I'm going to tell you this now. The same way, like when you have, you want to smell something, you want to, you know, um, they give you smelling salts to go and like if someone's passing out, you say, okay, get them some smelling salt. Well, that affects them immediately and the person jumps up. I don't know if you've seen that before. I've had that experience. But for me, you don't have to do that. With the essential oils, that permeates the air. In this room that I'm in now, it's all through the air. So I'm smelling it, I'm breathing it in, and it's clearing my passage, heading off to bed. But I wanted to say, hi, how you doing? Thank you so much, Eileen. Thank you for stopping in, please. We do this every Sunday night, so feel free to stop back in. Thank you so much. I wish I could smell. Oh, one of these days, pretty soon, you'll be able to smell them. Oh, okay. So what I was talking about, oh, the essential oils, yes. And there are other ways you can use them too. You could put a drop in your shower on the floor, and when you run the shower, the hot water or warm water causes the oil to evaporate. You're doing the same thing. You're smelling it, you're breathing it in, and it's having the same effect on the respiratory system, the whole body actually, not just the respiratory system. The oils, if you are going to use the oils topically on your skin, then I would say always mix with a base oil. That is the norm. These oils are very, very potent. A bottle like this size, you only need a drop or two. Okay. The other thing, you can use them on your pressure points, the temples, your wrist, behind the ears, behind the neck. Again, mix it with a base oil, and it gives you that effect where you can change the bottom of your feet. Yes, you can put them on the bottom of your feet. What it does, it affects all aspects of your body. It also affects your mood. Today I talked about juniper berry on another scope. Juniper berry is so powerful. Do you know this bottle of juniper berry, just a drop or two could change your mood? If you're feeling angry and you put this in a diffuser or have it, I mean, in a bowl, that juniper berry, once you inhale it, it immediately sends a signal to the brain and it just calms your nerves. Stress, anxiety, it works wonders. There are just so many uses. Going to have to get that one also. Yes. Oh, listen, when you start using essential oils and you become familiar with what they can do and the properties of each oil, um, you have a tendency to want to start a collection. And that's what I did. Okay. I started out just using one or two. And then I had the experience of relatives of mine being um, affected when they come over. They're like, okay, my headache's gone. What did you use? What did you have in that diffuser? And I would say, okay, it was either peppermint or eucalyptus, or it was something along that line. Yes, my collection is growing. Yes, it would. And it saves money because you don't have to buy that regular Tylenol bottle. Um, oh, Jesus, I shouldn't say the name. Okay, the over-the-counter drugs. You wouldn't have to go get the over-the-counter stuff. You can treat yourself. It's a preventative measure you'll be taking, and what can I say? I support the use of essential oils 110, 150%. Yeah, I do. So, if you want to do some reading and you just have some free time, there's a couple of books that I've I've been reading. This one was a gift actually. This came as a surprise on my I have this wish list on Amazon, and a girlfriend of mine, she just called me up one day and she said, "So what's on your wish list?" And I said, "Well, a couple of books." So she said, "Okay." And the next thing I know, the book arrived in the mail. It's an essential oils guide, and that was the most recent one I got. Then another one that I have here is the Aromatherapy Workbook, and this is another good one. Well, thanks for the information on Juniper Berry. Oh, you're welcome, welcome, welcome. Then there is this book. I used to keep this with me, like it says, the Aromatherapy Bible. I used to carry this with me. And I remember when I first launched my business, I had this book, right? And the story about that is I had this booth all set up, ready to do my discussions about aromatherapy. And everybody was like, "So how long have you been in this?" And I said, "Well, a couple of months." And then I said, so they said, "Well, tell me about eucalyptus." So I'd grab the book and I'd take the page and I'd say, okay, um, here's eucalyptus. And I was reading from the book, and that book saved my life when I first started out. That was my go-to thing. So my friends used to say to me, "Pam has two Bibles, the Aromatherapy Bible and the real Bible." So that was the joke. So yeah, so for additional reading, if you want to find out more about the origin, you know that some of the oils were mentioned from the Bible time, like frankincense. And that's the number one oil that they're talking about today on that documentary, frankincense. And then we also have myrrh, which works along the same lines, same type of treatment. So that was in the Bible from way back when. Then you've got a number of other essential oils that are very, very potent and popular. The wintergreen, you have the basils, the bergamots. Then you have the fruit scents. Those are uplifting. They make you, if your mood is down or you're feeling like you got PMS or what have you, those oils are your go-to oils. So with that bit of background, I'm going to open up the seat, and if anybody else would like to come in, the seat is now open and we can carry on with more discussions. Patty, if you like, you can join me, and we would talk some more. I have a training program that is free that I want to tell everybody about. It's on my website and it's being offered by my friend Andrea Bouget. So if you're interested, you could visit my website, and right on the front page, it's there prominently, the name of the institute where you can go and sign up. Just tap on the little square, Patty, and I will click enter and you will get in. So go ahead, click on the little square. It should say open. There isn't any, you don't see a white box. It's open. In the middle of do you see me? Do you see a box next to me? No? Just popped up. Okay. You can tap on that and move it away for 1 second, and I'll be right here to accept you. There you go. Okay, 1 second. Well, Patty, there you are. Wonderful to see you. How are you?
Just got out of the shower.
Well, that's quite all right. You're on Blab. I am, and I am so happy that you've joined me. It looks like Stephanie's flight is gonna be a bit late, so I'm just gonna carry on. And if she makes it, she does. If she I pray she makes it, but it may not happen. So, Stephanie, tell me, how did you come to know or to learn about aromatherapy?
Stephanie?
Oh, sorry, Patty.
That's okay.
Patty. My mind's on Stephanie. Yeah, how did you come into aromatherapy?
I just have always thought about oils and they had to be better than what was out there. So I don't know. I don't know.
Just by accident. Well, for me, it was by accident too. I heard someone talking negatively about essential oils, and being the curious person that I am, I went to investigate to find out what what's wrong with these oils. Why are these persons speaking so negatively about the oils? So that was how I came into the industry. Welcome, Robert. How are you? And thank you for sharing. We're just beginning our discussion about aromatherapy and how we got started. If you'd like, you can join the seat with us. Myself and Patty Johnson. It's open, isn't it? Doing well, thank you. Okay. So I'm broadcasting both on Periscope and Blab, and we're talking about essential oils and aromatherapy and a bit of training. At the moment, I have a opportunity on my website, which I will put in here, for a free training in essential oils, introduction to essential oils, and it's available now. Um, uh, Yep. So it'll be out there for a while, and anybody who's willing or wanting to learn about aromatherapy, they can go there and sure enough, click on it. Welcome, welcome. The other thing that I wanted to say about essential oils is in recent weeks, there's been this migration or this increase in talk from all of the companies. I don't know if you've seen it, Patty, in your circles.
See what?
People talking more about essential oils
Oh, yeah. All
and
the
more
time.
recipes. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
more so now than it was in days earlier.
More people are starting to use them because of the benefits that they offer for you.
What I don't understand, and I think it's becoming more clear now with this documentary that was just out this past week, the truth about cancer. It seems like the money was being suppressed from the natural treatments and put into the traditional medicines, the pharmaceuticals. So the information was suppressed about the benefits and the uses. So what could we have done? What could we do now to reverse some of this? Is there anything you think we could do?
I don't really think there's anything because there's no money involved in it for the government, for the corporations, for the pharmaceutical companies. They can't regulate a plant. They can't regulate a tree. There's no money for them, so they're gonna keep the strict. Um,
Guidelines.
yeah, yeah. They're gonna say this is not FDA approved. You cannot say this does anything. It's just ridiculous.
So is it true? I'm my co-host who's usually here. She's been telling me that there's certain words you can't say now with some companies as it relates to essential oils, such as um, heal or cure or
No, you can't say
diagnose.
that. Not if you're a distributor of an oil company.
Yes,
You cannot say treat, cure, heal. Um, what else? Diagnose. You can't diagnose anything. You have to use words like it supports this system, like the
the
respiratory
immune.
system, or
Oh, okay.
supports your skin. You have to say supports. You can't say this will take care of, or this will heal, or this will. cure.
So I can't say it will cure my cold or cure my
Right,
flu. Oh,
right. This
okay.
supports your respiratory system. All right. It promotes healthy lungs or aids in proper digestion or stuff like that. That's what you can say.
It's amazing though, but the facts are there, and there's been scientific proof um, that it does happen. It does cure.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
I don't know how they're gonna stop people from saying those words. It's kind of hard. I live in the Bahamas. There's no regulation. There's no guidelines. As a matter of fact, there is no industry called well, there's the health industry, but there's no regulation. So I don't see why I can't say it. Nobody said to me you can't say it heals or it
Cures or
cures.
treats. Yeah.
I know when I get a headache, I use my eucalyptus and peppermint, and sure enough, my headache goes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I live by that, and it's been not just yesterday; it's been years. So how can you
Exact.
tell me it doesn't cure my headache?
Exactly.
It does. It does, and it stops me from spending money on pharmaceuticals. So doing does anybody else have that experience, or everybody else goes to the pharmacy and buy pharmaceuticals? Feel free to jump in the chair. It's open. Join in the conversation. I think we had a few people join us. We're talking about aromatherapy and the benefits, and the seat is open. Please join us. Anyone? So yeah. Like I was saying, aromatherapy is not very common here in the Bahamas. As a matter of fact, I can count the people that I've met in Nassau who use and promote essential oils. There may be about four four stores that I know of, and there are a number of massage therapists. So I know they use the product, but there's no one store that they can go to here in Nassau. So they import most of their essential oils. So my do I want to say notoriety? I everybody just they heard Pam doing advertising, so they called me. One lady called me from right here in Nassau. She said, "Oh, I saw you on Google." She said, "I need some essential oils. Do you have any?" I said, "You found me on Google, and I'm right here." She said, "Yeah." She was looking for oils internationally, and she came across me in Nassau. So I said, "Oh, wonderful! Thank you for the support." But there are just so few persons here.
Did you hook her
Um,
up?
of course,
Yeah.
when she called me, as a matter of fact, she was like maybe 15 minutes away from where I am. So I drove to her and I delivered her goods.
Nice. She'll be
So
a
yeah,
return customer.
yes, yes, she is. And I just, mind you, even though I've been in this business um about 7 years, I have a following now of about 200 persons. And I found it hard. I was just trying to create a website for myself, the same website I mentioned there, and I wanted a couple testimonials. So I called up a couple of them and I said, "Well, can you do a testimonial for me?" And the person said, "Oh, all of them said yes, but they were so slow coming in. I only posted them like maybe last week." And each one of them said to me, "Oh, I need more oils. I need more of this. I'll get back to you. I'll be calling you soon." So that was a good sign for me. But I feel like, from my perspective, I need to do more of an education type thing to make persons more aware of the benefits, and that's why I do the daily scopes on Periscope. every day at 1 o'clock. I don't skip a day. I try to be there to give people that information because people all over the world are listening to those periscopes. Even if they don't catch it live, they catch the replay.
Right, right.
Hi, welcome. The seat is open. Anybody can jump in. If you would like to be a part of the conversation, I'd love to have you and to see if you've been using essential oils or would like to. Or if you have a question about a problem, an ailment, we can talk about it. In that we can mention the possible essential oils that you can use. Hi, welcome. How are you? DJ Two-Way? Am I saying that right?
DJ T-Way.
DJ T-Way, welcome. How are
Thank
you?
you. Excellent. How about yourself?
Well, I'm great, thank you.
Yes, I was interested in the conversation because I use essential oils on a regular basis.
You do?
Every opportunity I get when I'm after I get done with my workout, the steam room, the sauna, I have to have my oils. I love eucalyptus.
You love eucalyptus? I got that going on right now in this room.
And actually,
go ahead. Sorry.
And actually, I put it in my bedroom, light it up as a candle when I get ready to go to bed.
Wonderful, wonderful. Hi, Robert. Robert is also joining us
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening. Where are you? I forgot to ask. Where are you, Robert?
I am in New Jersey.
Wow. And you do DJ Way? What is it?
DJ T-Way.
T-Way. Where are you tonight?
I'm in Jackson, Michigan.
Michigan. Wow, wonderful. Nice to have you with us.
Oh, thank you.
Robert, do you use essential oils?
I started using them for aromatherapy, actually. I was taking care of my dad a couple years ago, and I needed something. I had to pretty much stay with him like full time, and I needed something to take my mind away from what I was doing. And so I got into it more for the aromatherapy standpoint.
But it benefited everybody. I wanted you to know, even though you were putting that in that room, that affected everybody that walked into that room, mind, body, and soul, right off the top.
Right.
So if anybody walked in there and they were feeling a little nasally, smell that eucalyptus and peppermint, it would have affected them. Yeah, likewise, mood changes.
What I found for me, depending on which one you use, it does a totally different, obviously a totally different sense it gives you. Yeah, yes. Like if you wanted to be like really alert, if you had work to do in the morning, like with your coffee, I found like the eucalyptus and the more minty flavors or the more minty scents kind of make you more alert and get you more like focused and in tune with things that you had to do.
Okay. From my experience, yes, anything to do with the fruity scents,
citrus,
the minty scents, the citrus scents, those make you more alert. Then to calm you down, you have the lavender. Help me out, Patty. What else would we use to calm them down?
My little box here.
I love lavender. That's what I use.
Yes, actually, lavender is one of my top go-to remedies for sleep. But also juniper berry. Juniper berry is a sedative. We just talked about that today on my 1 o'clock scope. Juniper berry is one of those oils that it's a sedative and it's soothing. It has a really fresh scent and it's clearing. It's used in cleaning as well, but it really relaxes and calms the mind. And you know, those business persons who always have something going on and they think about this project and that project. But once you're in a room with that scent, it slows those thoughts down and you find you go to sleep better and quicker.
I like cedarwood for sleep.
Cedar oil?
Cedarwood?
Cedarwood, yes. Another thing, cedarwood combined with vetiver is very good for children with ADHD. That I've learned recently. Yeah. So besides using them after your workout, DJ, How do you use them, like in the shower and other places? Like, could you drop them on the floor of the shower and just let the vapors
Oh
rise?
yes, yeah, I do that a lot. Even when I go into the steam room, I'll throw some in the corner. And the funny thing about using them in the steam room at the workout facility, a lot of people walk in and they smell, and it's like, man, what is that? That smells pretty good. I just
Yes.
sit, I just sit there and don't say anything. I just let them enjoy it.
So how did you come to using essential oils?
I got interested in fragrances. I love fragrances. Ever since I was a little kid, my mother said, "You always use my stuff. You need to learn to buy your own." So I've always smelling good, and just notice how your mood starts to change when you smell the way you want to smell. And I just love scents, so I got into essential oils and other things and fragrances. And from there, I just love it. I love it. I enjoy it.
Right. Do you know that there are different grades of essential oils?
Oh yes, oh yes. I've done my homework.
Okay,
I had to
just
do my
making sure.
homework. I had to do my homework.
You have an educated group here.
What about you, Robert?
Yes.
Did you?
Yes.
And I like the way you said you used them in your dad's room when he was convalescing at home. Now that's my goal, to reach every convalescent home in the Bahamas with these oils so that it can have that soothing effect on those patients.
Right.
You know what that will do for them?
Right. Absolutely. And on you too, on the caregiver as well.
Yes, that would be amazing. And that's my goal. I need to reach more people, but here it's difficult for us because of the because of the bureaucracy, the government bureaucracy. The places are owned by the government. They're not privately owned. So, it's a lot of red tape, but I can't give up, right?
What about for the home though?
Pardon?
What about marketing into the home? Like if somebody's convalescing in a home or just...
Oh, that's true. I'm doing marketing now. Maybe I need to target that specific market more. But yeah, that's an idea. That's definitely an idea.
And actually, I've read several articles about large department stores that are using aroma fragrances to make the mood of the customer a lot nicer so that they spend more money, spend more time in the store actually shopping.
Oh, really?
Yes. They're using it for that purpose.
Have you ever been into a casino?
Yes, we have them all over the state of Michigan.
Have you ever noticed that when you walk in the music in the back, there's the noise, what people are doing, but in the back through the speakers, at least here in Atlantic City, New Jersey, there's a recording of everything you hear in a casino, like the slot machines and the ringing and the clanging. That's constantly on at a very low level. So it gives the people this feeling that things are happening and people are winning and people are having a good time. So on top of I'm sorry?
No, I'm listening.
On top of what's actually going on, there's a little, and it's on probably 1 or 2 on the volume. It's just, you could just barely hear it because when people stop talking or stop quieting down, you still hear it coming out of the speaker. And that's meant to give the idea that there's, things happening and people are winning and playing and having a good time, which causes the customer who's playing slots or whatever they're playing to do more things. So I agree with you as far as the department stores. By having a nice smell, it's going to induce people to do, to be in a better mood or to buy more stuff or whatever they're trying to get them to do. But in a casino, it's done with audio.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah.
That is
I don't know about in the Bahamas. But
well, we've got a couple casinos. I have to walk in there and check that out.
I don't know about Michigan, but I know in Atlantic City, they definitely do it.
Next time I'll have to check that out.
Yes, me too. Wow, that's interesting. So, oh, wow. So as far as I see, you both have experience with using essential oils, and I know Patty, the other lady that was here, my friend that was here, she does too. She's a faithful user, and my co-host who would have been here tonight, Stephanie Thompson, she promotes another brand of oils called Ameo, and that particular brand of oil has a line that you can actually cook with. and she has been cooking with her oils. She's been doing a cooking demonstration. But the therapeutic grade oils that I promote is by Tisserand, and we do not promote ingesting the oils. Okay, so it appears that it depends on the company, and it depends on the distributor to advise the customers. The oils, as far as I am aware, that I've been using, the therapeutic grades oils, these are so potent that if used incorrectly, they can harm you. If you put them directly on your skin, it could irritate the skin. And the quickest way to stop an irritation is to grab a carrier or base oil, something like an almond oil, a jojoba oil, or coconut
Grapeseed?
oil. Did you say grease?
Grapeseed oil? Was that?
Grapeseed oil, that's another good one. Apricot. There's a number of them. And the thing you can, well, the way I choose them is what I want it for. If I want a thick cream, like for a moisturizer, I'll go with a heavier oil. And each one of them have a different consistency. So you'd have to know what purpose you want it for. You might just want a liquid, something that would be runny, that runs right out the bottle. So you get one of the lighter oils to use. And I have no problem. I'm just reading a comment in the box. It says, I cook with mine as well. This is Patty. And also she says, I have no problem using most of my oils neat on my skin. Now, some people will try it, but I do not recommend it because of the possibility of that irritation. I don't want, prevention is better than cure for me. So I would not recommend doing it. Some others may. Yeah. So I won't use hot oil on my skin. She's saying this in the comment. I don't know if you guys are reading them, but yeah, it's the use of essential oils for me is where my passion is right now, and I'm doing a bit of promotion because here where I'm at, it's not widely used or known, the benefits of them. So we talk about bush medicines a lot here, though, and it's basically the same thing, but they're using it in the form of a tea. We have a lot of teas that are natural, like what are they called? Oh gosh, the one that they use most here is like fever grass tea. I don't know if you've ever heard of that, but that's a common bush tea that we use here in the Bahamas, fever grass. And it's made just like an iced tea, or you can make it hot. And it's very common. When I first started using essential oils, one of the things I thought about was, I don't know if any of you have ever had a peppermint tea when you were younger.
Oh, yes.
Okay. So when I first thought about essential oils, I was like, is that the same thing? And I found out it wasn't, because it wasn't for them. You know what I mean? That was my go-to tea. If you feel bad or you have a tummy ache, you feel a little nausea, your mom always got you peppermint tea. Oils are much more potent than those. Yes, Patty, I agree 100%. But when you're a novice, you don't know the difference. So I thought that's what it was.
Can you talk to the different grades of oils? Because I noticed that I bought a few through the mail, and they were therapeutic oil, very, from what I understand, a very reputable place I got them from. And then I was walking through the regular grocery store, like a ShopRite up here in New Jersey, and they have a section for that. And the bottle was bigger. It was much less expensive, not by a little, I mean by a lot. And then I started reading about it, and it talks about it's a whole different thing, because there's serious differences in the grades.
Yes. The reason for that is those are synthetic blends. They're not straight.
That's what it was. That's what it was, a blend in the grocery store. It was a synthetic
blend, right. Here in the Bahamas, I'm talking about the Bahamas because I'm here.
Right.
We have these people who sell the oils, what they call oils, on the side of the street. So, being who I am, Miss, call me nosy or inquisitive, or just call me, just call me Miss Want to know the difference. I bought the oil just for the sake of testing it, and I took it home and I tested the oils myself without sending it to the lab, and I could see the difference. It even burned differently. The scent was different, so you know it's not the pure oil.
Right.
Then I bought from the oils that I got are from a lab, a company that has a lab, and they will tell you the makeup of the oil. I forgot what they call it, the GM and the C, couple initials anyway behind it. And I was able to find the scientific proof that the oil are different grades and they will affect you differently. So be very careful when you're buying those oils, because for that very same fact, I'm going to tell you what the about a particular one right now.
Just to give you an idea, I don't know if you can see these two. This little guy was about these are different oils, but the same type of oil. Right. The same fragrance. This little one was like 4 or 5 times the price of this one. This one I got in a grocery store. This one I got through the mail, and this one is supposed to be the real essential oil, the real deal. Whereas this is like what you said, a synthetic blend.
Right. If you look on the label, it will tell you that it's blended with something else in the bag. It should say so. And especially if it's being sold in a Whole Foods or some other food store, you know that it's not it's more than likely not the therapeutic grade oils. The therapeutic grade oils, you'll find them mainly at the health food stores or at some sort of aromatherapy practitioner or clinical aromatherapy office. So, there is a big difference in the price and also the quantity that they would sell. I wanted to give you I'm getting a feedback from somebody who has a mic open. I'm going to give you a breakdown of a particular oil. Anybody want to know about a particular oil?
Something to promote calm.
Well, that's usually lavender.
Heavy lavender?
Yeah. So let me give you, I'll view the data sheet for this lavender. All right. There's the chemical family. I'm going to tell you about the chemical family of this particular oil, and it's called the monoterpenes and the esters. So that's part of that chemical family. It's found mainly in India, the south of France, Italy, and Bulgaria. The lavender is steam distilled. I don't know if you've seen the lavender plant, that purple flower. I got a couple. Those leaves are what is used to distill the lavender. That's where the oil comes from. Only the leaves they use. And the thing about that is it takes so much to make just the small bottle size that you just had there, the smallest bottle.
Right, it's like that.
Yeah, it takes so much of that oil to make it. It's just a brief photo at the bottom. That's the lavender, and it does have a calming, soothing effect. It nurtures. It encourages balance in all the body systems. It reduces anxiety.
That's what I need.
It helps calm fear. It helps control panic attacks. Okay.
That's what I
And
need.
if that's what you need.
I live in New Jersey.
Oh, you're telling me about the atmosphere you live in?
I live in I live in New Jersey, so it's
Forgive me, I'm on an island.
Anxiety, panic attacks, yeah.
Well, forgive me, I'm on an island where everything is slow motion.
What was the name of it?
Lavender?
No, is that the one you were speaking about? Lavender?
Yes.
For anxiety? Okay.
Yes. And let me see. I can even give you a blend, how you can use that in a rub that you can put on the back of your neck to soothe tension. Or when you're starting to feel that anxiety attack, you can mix it with a couple other oils, just 1 or 2 drops at a time. I don't know what type of a collection you have right now. I know you said you use them.
Well, just for aromatherapy, I was using them maybe about 1.5 years ago, and then I kind of got away from it.
Okay. Oh, he had to go away. Okay.
That's all right. I'll talk to you.
Okay, thank you. Let me tell you what it is. You can rub, if 3 drops, just use like 3 drops of lavender at one time. If you have frankincense, put about 6 drops of frankincense in the lavender. You with me?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get myself together here.
Okay.
I'm with you.
All right. 6 drops of frankincense. This will relieve tension, anxiety, any headaches you may have. 6 drops of frankincense, 2 drops of rosemary, 1 drop of eucalyptus, and 1 drop of helichrysum. Helichrysum. That's HELICHRYSUM. And you blend that in 1 ounce of cream. And when you say cream, like a plain lotion, nothing that has any
fragrance or other things in it.
Right. And you would just rub that on the back of your neck, and that would relieve some tension. Okay.
Have you ever heard of? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm listening to you.
Have you ever heard of tea tree oil?
Of course. That's a very good antifungal, antibacterial oil. It's used in shampoos, lotions. It's used to treat cuts, infections. Yes, I have heard of tea tree. As a matter of fact, I had a customer who had an infection in her finger, and she ran to me. What am I going to do? My doctor says this is an infection. I said, okay, tea tree. Just do the same thing, put it in a base oil and rub it on the finger, and sure enough, it did work. Tea tree oil, it's very good. Welcome. I have a couple others joining me, Nancy and Tammy. Welcome. If you'd like to jump in the seat, sure, it's open. We're talking about aromatherapy and essential oils, and you're welcome to join us. So did you find that the aromatherapy you used during the time your father was convalescing, was it helpful?
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, it definitely works. I mean, it's definitely worthwhile. Definitely.
So I see you have your bottles, so you've kept using them ever since.
Yeah, I started experimenting because I just got into it, started reading about them. And different oils, it's just like spices. They do different things. Different foods have different, benefits, different vitamins and all that. So I started reading about them a little. And for me, I found, like what you said earlier, if like for me in the morning, like with coffee, or just if it's time to get the day started, I found that the minty, the eucalyptus, the mint, there are a few others, the more minty ones, lemongrass, ones like that tend to make you more focused and more, okay, it's time to let's get some work done, as opposed to something you'd put on at night when it's the end of the day and you're just trying to chill out a little bit.
Right. And it's a great way to start your day with your essential oils too. I do morning affirmations with my essential oil cards, and while I do that, I also have the oils burning in the background. So it creates that sort of calm, relaxing atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also, essential oils are really good for meditation when you want to focus and
Right.
just calm yourself. It's one of the best ways. My yoga teacher uses it as well. I sometimes go to yoga, not as often as I should, but one of the things they did in my class before we begin, the yoga teacher started walking around and just giving everybody one drop in your palm to rub together and smell before you start your class. And I realized that really calmed the atmosphere. It really did. As a matter of fact, I was so grateful I gave him a bottle of frankincense for Christmas. And he was like, frankincense, you're giving away frankincense. That's one of the most expensive oils. And I'm like, well, you deserve it. You know, it's
So you're going to try and market into, or try and get into the like the hospices, the hospitals, and the convalescent centers in the Bahamas? Is that what your market?
I would love to. I would love to. Yes,
Right.
I'm gonna try that and see if that works. And a number of other. There's some private. There's one or two private convalescing. They call them home for the aged here as well. The thing about the Bahamas is the islands are separated. There's like 600 or 700 islands, but only about 4 or 5 are inhabited.
Right.
Maybe 5 to 7. Then you have the smaller keys that are privately owned.
Where are you? Are you on Freeport or Nassau?
Nassau. I'm in Nassau.
Nassau.
Yeah, the capital.
Right.
But it's a challenge. It's an uphill challenge, and I'm ready to face it. I'm gonna, it's all in the growing process. It's a growing process. So yeah, I'm gonna wind down now. It's almost 9 o'clock. I'm gonna thank you, Robert, for stopping in and saving the night.
You're welcome.
You were a really great contributor to the evening.
This is Jasmine.
Oh, Jasmine, a very nice one.
Would you like to hear what I have in my collection before you let me go?
Oh, definitely.
My little box here. Let's see.
Oh, you got a big collection.
Oh, I went crazy. Back when I did it, I went nuts. I went a little nuts. So we'll get Jasmine, a blend called Joy.
Okay.
I'm not going to read the ingredient. It's tea tree oil. I did get that one.
Yes.
Stress relief. That's another blend.
Yes.
Bergamot oil, which is like an orange.
Very good for pain. Bergamot. I have some of that here myself. It's very good for pain and joint muscle aches. Yep.
Lemon.
Very uplifting.
French lavender, and I think that's a.
That's what you need for sleep and anxiety.
A little bit of a bigger bottle.
Okay. You still can use that for sleep and anxiety.
Lemongrass.
Awesome.
Geranium.
Yes. I'm going to tell you a bit about your bergamot.
And the last one that I have in this box is rose.
Oh my goodness! Hold on to that very close.
This is. I think, if I'm not mistaken, the rose or the geranium. I think it was the rose was the most expensive of the whole batch.
It's the rose, and I'll tell you why. Yes, that little bottle.
This was like the same size bottle. This one was probably 4 times everything else.
May I tell you
Please
what
do.
my brand sells for? That brand of that size bottle of oil sells for over $100.
Really?
Yes. And the reason being, you remember me mentioning steam distillation. Steam is when the oil is extracted by using steam. So they separate the oil from the water.
Right.
Right? with the rose,
Cold
they
pressed?
use it is cold pressed. So
That's
they
what I
take
thought right.
they
Yeah.
take the rose petals and lay them on top of one another until they break down. They don't remove it. It breaks down into the oil. Then they put another layer on top of that. So do you know how many layers it takes to break that oil down?
A lot? I don't know.
Tons and tons and tons. So hence the cost. That's why it's so expensive to get that particular oil. I'm now looking for a supplier in the Middle East. But let me tell you a bit about the bergamot before you go, so that you'd have an idea. The bergamot, it comes from Africa, Brazil, and South Italy, and that also is cold pressed. So it's known to be, its emotional and energetic qualities are it's relaxing, it's restorative, it's calming, emotionally uplifting, supports the release of repressed emotions, and help reduce insomnia and anxiety. It's also used in massage, by massage therapists. It's an anti-inflammatory, it's an antibacterial, it's an antidepressant, antifungal, it's antispasmodic, and the list goes on.
So anything cold pressed is pretty much automatically going to be more expensive than the other method, the steam extract.
Yes. It depends on the way the oil is extracted from the plant.
Right.
The most expensive way would be the cold press.
Okay.
All the others are a little bit more, I don't want to say, inexpensive. There's oil extraction. That's another way. Then there is steam distillation, and there's one other way that I'm not recalling right now. There's about 4 different ways to take it out, to extract the oils. But cold press is definitely the most expensive of them all.
Okay, great. I appreciate your time tonight.
I thank you for being here and hopping in the seat. We'll be back here next week, Sunday, and hopefully my co-host will be back in Florida. We try to do this forum once a week on Sunday nights. I also want to thank my Periscope followers for the hearts, for the comments, and just for following me along and staying with me throughout the evening. Follow me on Twitter and Facebook, and you can also check my website if you want to purchase some more oils or do some studies. There's a free class right now being offered on my site. It's the Introduction to Essential Oils, which you may have already done, Robert, but it's available and it'll be up there for a while. So, feel free if you want to stop in and do the class. You can do it at your pace because it's an online course.
Right.
And just say hi from now and time to time, and feel free to watch one of my Periscopes. I do morning affirmations at 8 a.m. Or shortly after 8, where I talk about the characteristics of the oil and we repeat the affirmation to us. It's basically a positive way to start your day. And this morning we did Juniper berry, and that was so uplifting. Okay. And tomorrow I haven't chosen my oil yet, but feel free to join us both on Blab and Periscope. I'll be only on Periscope tomorrow morning, though. Okay. Are you on Periscope?
I played with it a couple times, just watching somebody else's. Somebody else's, but not for myself yet now.
Okay. With that, I say thank you again, and nice meeting you, and thank you for being a part of our evening.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Good night.